What's up, y'all? Happy Monday. So apparently, on Twitter, it's something going on about like Japan not liking black people, or some people are commenting, I guess, like kind of harmful, hateful comments and posts about black people being in Japan. No shade. Even though I've always wanted to visit Japan, that doesn't surprise me. Look at their track record. Look at their history. Are we surprised? I don't think so. But again, I really don't get why people are just so damn hateful. Because at the end of the day, the ones that are talking shit, you're not perfect either. It's plenty of y'all that like to steal and kill and overtake, can't do it for yourself. And then one of the posts was talking about the bone structure and the build of a black person. Well, we're not Japanese, Pookie. Like, it's weird to me, but it's not weird to me, because they're literally on the same track as Europeans, being just as savage and heinous and destructible. So again, that does make sense to me as to why I've seen certain posts like that. And of course, it's not the whole of Japan or people there that think this way, but the ones that do think that way, I'm not surprised because of Japan's track record. If you don't know, please go do your research about history in Japan, and that will answer all your motherfucking questions. So I know I love anime, and yeah.
Just a gentle reminder that everything you see in the algorithm is not true. So with that being said, you cannot generalize all of Japan and say that, yep, they all hate black people. Man, look at the way they're talking about us on Twitter. No, look at the way at what tweets are being pushed in your algorithm on your Twitter. That's for a reason. You have to think about that. And now think about how people in other countries, and specifically like Russia, right? I had a buddy who's Russian. His mom had never seen a black person in her life until she came to the States. And she was like, I'm confused. I thought they were supposed to all be thugs and gangbangers and violent. But then she saw it was the other way around with other races. But point still stands. People go off of what they see in the algorithm if they don't do their due diligence and look things up for themselves. So yeah, just like with what we see in our news, how mass media works, it's all with what wants to be pushed out in the algorithm by the lizard people or whoever. So yeah, just a reminder.
What's up, guys? Welcome and welcome back to Cherry React, and thank you so much for being here. After those Japanese comments went viral, Black Americans didn't stay silent. They responded, and their actions were powerful emotionally, and some cases very direct. So what exactly are Black Americans saying about this?
So I recently just saw what's going on about the tweets about the Japanese people, what they said about black people, and about how they're just afraid of us because of like our build and frame and just our hell or just our ability. They're afraid of us, just how we naturally are. And they even went so far as in one of the tweets to, I'm paraphrasing, say how we are green, come in the store, we're happy, grinning and everything. And we go to the family restaurant down the street, but we're still scary. And when I read that part, all I heard was from Spirit was a lion. I saw the vision of a lion. And if a lion walked up to you and laid on its belly and meowed, showed its belly to you, would you think that's a cat, or would you know that's a lion? Even if the lion don't realize it's a lion and acting like a house cat. So really, to me, that's all that says. We've been going on talking about we coming into our true identity, the history that's been hidden from us and just straight lied to us. And we coming into the truth. And that's just confirmation. We are the lions. We just don't realize our own power. And we are gaining our knowledge back to be able to harness our power.
Did some of these Japanese people get so racist on Twitter, dude? I have to get off Japanese Twitter. Bro is talking about at least the poor kids in Africa without money are making balls out of rags and playing by the roadside, right? Why not just enjoy hobbies that fit your means? If you can use pirated stuff, you probably have smartphone or PC anyway. So how about playing free games? This is the original context of what that comment was replying to. This here is just too sad. We're fascinated by Japanese culture and they despise us. We, the people, try to improve the inequality in the country, but it's a systemic problem we wouldn't want to pirate, but here whoever has money has everything and whoever doesn't is left how? Somehow he bring up Africa. What do poor kids in Africa have to do with any of this? Similar to how black people aren't a monolith, so are Japanese people, okay? Nobody over there thinks the exact same way. But this is enough for me to get off Japanese Twitter. I've only stayed there to consume the media and to get updates on some figures over there. Now I'm truly starting to see the shit for what it is, that the racism in Japan can get as bad as the West. At least verbally. We haven't seen anything. I haven't seen any physical crimes. I haven't looked into that. I don't know where all this hate and animosity came from. Don't know where that stemmed from. If I'm thinking where it came from originally, a lot, I'm gonna make this a separate video. A lot of them have envy because we take some of their women. And they think we're just gonna go swoop down, just take all of their women from them. Believe it or not, that's a big thing. That's why a lot of people dislike black dudes. Black dudes, black people in general. They think about that a little less with black women because that's a whole thing. There's a lot of bias against black women, so shout out to them. I don't know how they're so strong. They've been dealing with this shit for years. Shout out to black women, man. Join the Discord, the one-on-one coaching in the bio. You guys have a great day, night, whenever you see this.
The way that Japanese Twitter is talking about black people in Japan is honestly insane, bro. Like, it's crazy, but it's funny at the same time. Because you would have thought we was all from Viltrum the way these niggas talking about us, bro. Straight from Krypton, just coming out the womb, blasting powers and shit, bro. What type of black people are in Japan, bro? Is everybody just a super nigga? But all jokes aside, can you honestly sit here and say that you're surprised, bro? It's people in America to this day that have the same mindset, that are scared of black people. So who is really surprised that Japanese people are also scared of black people as well, bro? Like, as a black person, bro, we can already tell off rip. We just getting weird looks for no reason, like people giving you that uncomfortable look, how non-black people look at you. We already know what you're thinking, bro. So for us to go to another country where we're not even fully accepted here, who is surprised that Japanese niggas are scared, bro? Yes, like, these niggas is scared. They don't fuck with us for real, bro.
In Japan, we think they're scary, but they're fancy. From my perspective. I don't know what other people think, but I think they're fancy, but I kind of a little bit scary. Okay, the reason. When I was a child, when I was in elementary school, junior high school, or high school, there are no black people in Shibuya or in Roppongi. If you go out at night, there's so many black people there, but when I was a kid, like, I don't go out, so like I didn't really talk with them, and only my impression was like, I don't know if they're still there, but like if you go to Takeshita-dori in Harajuku, there are some black people trying to sell watch, like hand watch, and they're kind of like trying to sell the watch like aggressively, and that was only my impression for black people when I was a child. So maybe that's why, because I was seeing like kind of black people, like pretty sure they're also kind, but their way to sell something was kind of aggressive, so that's why I felt scary. I never got to talk with them until I turned 20 in my life. So because there are no black people. You go to Shibuya or like, I don't know, Roppongi, or currently there's so many like black people there. I grew up in Tokyo, but around my place there are no black people. And then actually when I went to Tanzania for the first time when I was in university, I was so scared. There are no Asians. And even I didn't see any like white people there. There are only black people. And I was like, oh, this is so scary. I don't know, I just felt so scary. And then people at the airport had a gun. And I never seen gun in my life. So I was like, oh, this is so scary. But after that volunteering, I realized, oh, they're actually really kind. And it's so nice to talk with them. But after that, I was studying abroad in Taiwan. I made a lot of friends, black people friends there. Like from Canada or from America. Also studying abroad in Taiwan, and actually I've dated with a black person for 3 months, but it just started dating. And after that, I have only friends from abroad here in Tokyo, and she's also black, and it's fancy because that is because if you go to Shibuya or Roppongi or Harajuku, I'm pretty sure you see a lot of modeling advertisement sign like black people wearing cloth. That's
A lot of black Americans online are saying one thing clearly. We are tired of being feared for just existing. Many pointed out that being labeled as scary or dangerous isn't new. It's something they've dealt with for years. Not just in the USA, but globally. Some reactions were calm and educational. People explaining that stereotypes like blacker people are aggressive often come from media narratives, not real life experience. Others were more frustrated. Said, how can you judge millions of people without even knowing them? And then there were voices calling for understanding. Some said maybe this fear comes from lack of exposure, but that doesn't make it okay. Another strong point that came up, being seen as a threat before even speaking or acting affects how people are treated, how they move, and even their safety. But not everyone reacted the same way. Some black creators used humor and sarcasm, turning the situation into something relatable while still making serious point. So overall, the reactions fell into three main groups: educating, calling out stereotypes, expressing frustration, and all of them come from really lived experiences.
Japanese Twitter is absolutely insane. Please take a look at this.
The number of encounters with black people in my neighborhood is steadily increasing. Their skeletal structure and the way their muscles are built are on a completely different level from Japanese people. I'm slim, so if I got pinned down, it'd be over in seconds. I never imagined that violence from a foreigner would climb the ranks in my predictions for my own cause of death. I couldn't have pictured that even a few years ago. Things change when you least expect them to, huh?
Nigga, they're talking about us like we're Saiyans or Viltrumites. A nigga is minding his business, and you're thinking about whether or not he's gonna pin you down. It's just giving straight fan fiction, like you want to be a power bottom to a 7-foot tall, chiseled black man with a peanut butter chocolate complexion and a 10-inch BBC. This is what black people look like to the Japanese. Bro. The world is either fetishizing black people or assuming that we're such violent savages that will snap your neck if you look at us the wrong way. I'm sorry for laughing so much, it's just so stupid. About to pull up to Tokyo like... Stand ready for my arrival, nigga. It is big 2026. Y'all niggas got bigger issues to worry about than black people beating y'all up. Like, let's be so for real. Don't piss me off.
I'm sorry for interrupting your scrolling, but I need y'all to stop for like 5 minutes and watch this video with me. Now, what's pissing me off so much with this kind of video is that nowhere in the video or caption does it state which Japanese party actually made this video. And it's not the first time that I see fake news like this on social media, but I feel like nowadays people on social media are so focused on trying to increase the tension between Japan and foreigners. Like, they are creating so many rumors and so many people are believing it. Most of the people hating on foreigners living in Japan are people who don't even live here. And even though, yeah, the current government doesn't really like foreigners, and even though they have said some pretty outrageous things about foreigners, they have not yet gone out of their way to make this kind of video. Like, I wouldn't be surprised if Trump had posted something like this. But this video is literally fan-made. It is made by some random person living in their mama's basement. And the worst part is that everybody's believing it. And instead of saying how outrageous this video is, people are actually trying to back up the creator of the video. saying things like, no, this is exactly what it is. This is the current reality of Japan. If Japan doesn't do anything now, they're gonna just be filled with immigrants and they're just gonna have Indians and Africans taking over with their big families. But let me be the first to tell y'all that they are really making it seem worse than it actually is. Also, people are saying that immigrants are taking over Japan, but I beg to differ, and it is not a immigration issue, but it is a over tourism issue, and it's not even an over tourism of Japan issue. It's really an over tourism of these saturated hotspots like Tokyo, Kyoto, and Osaka. But that's a conversation for another time.
So some black people are going to Japan and the Japanese are taking notes, yeah, because they went to Twitter and X, and this is what they think of black people. You can pause and read. So basically, they are saying black people are these, I don't know how to describe, like some out of this world kind of humans, yeah? Our bone structures, the way our skeleton is shaped, the structure of our skeleton, it's crazy. You can pause and read. Let me get out of the way. You can pause and read it if you want to care. So basically, they see us like some ethereal, non-human, I guess, which is kind of weird, bro. So basically, this meme, yeah, black person drinking tea, people just examining what he's doing, basically. Now, do black people also like see other races and be like, their bone structure, their skeleton, like, it's crazy. But yeah.
So at the end of the day, this isn't just about Japan or one viral post. In my opinion, fear based on stereotypes is still a problem. No matter what, like where it comes from. You can't judge millions of people based on what you've seen online or heard from others. At the same time, I also think some of this comes from lack of expression, not always hate, but that doesn't excuse it, because if you don't challenge these ideas, they turn into really discrimination. So for me, the really solution is simple: more interaction, more understanding, less assumptions, because nobody deserves to be seen as a threat before they even speak. But I want to hear from you guys. Do you agree with me, or do you see differently? So let's talk in the comment. If you want more videos, don't forget to subscribe, like, and comment, and join the family. This is Cherry React. I will see you in the next one. Bye bye.